So other than colonizing countries, what else do I want to talk about now? What else do I want to talk about? 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 Oh, Game of Thrones. It was the last episode of Game of Thrones. It was the last episode of Game of Thrones. We will miss Game of Thrones. We will miss Game of Thrones. It was one of the biggest shows in television. One of the biggest in the century. And we ain't even 20% into the thing. Game of Thrones was the nicest thing ever written by anyone. Man, that show. Okay, season 8 wasn't that exciting because the writers made a lot of mistakes with their writing. Right? They made a lot of mistakes. But if you're treating this as an artistic endeavor of some sort, it was an artistic feel. I found a video where someone says, well, Game of Thrones was created by this guy, George R. Martin, and it was completed sort of. There are no books, so these guys had to write something for the final two the final two was the final two what? 2 seasons. They had to write their own stories of some sort. Right? So what happened was people have been angry since season 7 that the storytelling with Game of Thrones has changed. They've sort of character development, and it's called character arcs or whatever. So people haven't been happy with some characters, and also some other payoffs for some scenes. Alright, so showed scenes where there is no payoff. So it's been a lot. People have analyzed the thing a lot. It's like I know a lot about writing while I don't know anything pertaining to writing. But with watching YouTube videos, how people complain and how they would have written the episodes differently, I've sort of got an insight to that thing. Alright, someone is nearby in the toilet, so it's gonna cause a lot of noise. So what did I want to say? Where was that going? Oh, I've been saying that season 8 was not well written, but I was hoping that the ending is what George R. Martin has, right? Because if it's that, it's gonna be satisfying in some way. And I could say that the ending wasn't bad, so it was sort of satisfactory. Oh, when I was talking about this being an artistic endeavor of some sort, so the guy, I watched one video where the guy said, if you are not happy with the way Game of Thrones was going and the storyline and whatever, just know that as this is an artistic form of some sort, you are allowed in some way to have your own conclusions. You're allowed to have the story going your way, how you would have done things, to believe that as the way things actually happened. Because Game of Thrones is a story, right? And it became sort of a personal story for everyone. Everyone personally has their way of looking at Game of Thrones, if you know what I mean. So if it's like that, then everyone is allowed to finish the story their way, right? and that gave me some ease of heart, right? So I was looking at this saying, okay, this is how D&D wrote or finished this season. They don't have, what is this, the absolute authority to say the way they ended the things is the sort of absolute way of ending things, right? So with watching like that, it gives you ease with whatever mistakes that these guys make, right? So season 8 ended, and Bran sort of, no one actually took the throne, right? So I voted on Reddit, and it was nobody wins the throne. That's how I voted, and that turned out to be true. Nobody actually won the throne, but Bran ended up being the king, right? But he didn't win the throne. Didn't win the throne. Nobody won the throne. Nobody won the throne. Nobody wins the throne. We won there. And then Jon Snow didn't get the 7 kingdoms. Didn't get to be king of the 7 kingdoms. It's because he didn't want. Maybe he didn't want it, and also he didn't have the ambition to sit in the throne. I would think he was qualified, but he wasn't ambitious, right? That episode wasn't bad. That final episode, how they ended things, it wasn't bad. And thing like Game of Thrones, to wrap it up, to wrap up all of the storylines is kind of difficult. It's not like Game of Thrones had one single character that you could follow. It's a lot of different characters struggling with a lot of their own issues. So it was a hard job that those guys had to wrap that thing up. They did a quick, dirty job with it in season 8, but they did it. That's the important thing, right? I'm very happy to be alive in this time where Game of Thrones was finished. And also, although I didn't get to see it live, there is another series that is as big or as good, one could argue even more better than Game of Thrones, but depends on who you are. It's called Breaking Bad. Man, that series as well is one of the best things ever written or ever be on television, right? I'm very happy about Game of Thrones. I'm not sure if I'm gonna repeat the thing. Unlikely to repeat it, because I've seen it twice or 3 times now, the whole thing. So nope, I'm not gonna repeat it. I'm not going to repeat it. I'm not going to repeat it. Yeah, let's move on.